Let's start by opening up Fiery Spot Pro and exploring its interface. Operators click a button on Command Workstation to launch Spot Pro instead of using Spot-On's approach of making operators navigate through the Fiery Device Center, making it much faster and easier to access. You can adjust the Spot Pro interface to suit your needs, but the out-of-the-box view consists of 3 primary regions which bring the information needed by operators right up front. Spot Pro lists the color libraries on the left, with custom libraries at the top and standard locked color libraries at the bottom. The central region shows the names and visual representations of all spot colors contained in the currently selected color library. It lists relevant information about each color in columns, which can be moved, resized, or hidden. Check out the Delta E column, which indicates warnings if colors are outside specified gamut tolerances for the output profile, which is specified in the upper right of the screen. I'll come back to this powerful capability later. And the rightmost panel shows the currently selected color and its variation from the original value. Spot Pro provides a visual representation along with the CMYK separation values and the device-independent color specification. All this is presented to help fulfill EFI's WYSIWYP, or what you see is what you print, vision. These spot color groups or libraries are great for producing what clients desire, but all this tweaking can potentially result in miscommunications and mistakes. Designers and print services providers need to be working from matching spot color libraries. Spot Pro makes this straightforward through color library importing and exporting. Spot Pro can import and export libraries as ICC, ASE, or CEF files. Let's take a look at importing an ASE file. My client's designer uses InDesign. She clicks on the Swatches button, selects her desired color group, and saves her swatches into a file. She sends the file to us, and we open it in Spot Pro to ensure that we are using the same colors. We can also click Save As to export the library if we made any changes so that we can email them back to her and be consistent. Easy, right? But what if designers don't send you swatch libraries? Well, Spot Pro provides an answer to that as well. You can go into a standard library, select one or more colors, and then duplicate them into a new or existing group. Let me digress for a moment to show you something about finding colors. Spot Pro's search capabilities are vastly better than Spot-On. If I search for the string 365, Spot Pro returns a list of all the colors in all the groups which contain that substring. I can visually see the colors along with the groups containing them. Clicking on a color takes me to the library which contains it. This search functionality is not only a great way to find colors, I think it could be a terrific way to spot problems where the color a client thinks they're using is nothing like the standard version. Now that you have a custom spot color library, you can tweak the colors within it in a variety of ways. One way is to enter in the CMYK separations, but be careful because these values are not device independent. You can also visually adjust it for clients who know what they want when they see it, but be careful to always use a calibrated monitor. The best approach is to specify LAB or LCH values for the color because these are device independent and can be adjusted by the output profiles to ensure accurate reproduction across media and devices. You can also measure physical color swatches with spectrophotometers to determine these values. Of course, I want to ensure that my spot color edits work with the media I use for this client. So I select my colors and apply them to the media color profiles I want to use. How easy is that? But the proof is in the pudding. I can create printed swatch pages for my color groups. I select the colors I want to include and click Print. Spot Pro lets me specify the patch size and media size to create a swatch page which looks like this with the colors, names, and CMYK recipes. You can then print it on the desired media to show to customers. I should also mention that you can click the Optimize button at the top to initiate a scanning and adjusting process using these printed swatch sheets to optimize spot colors on different media for critical clients or applications. And I keep mentioning device independence and output profiles, which are big deals. Specifying spot colors in a device-independent color space allows us to apply them to different output profiles. For example, take a look at the CMYK separation values for my edited Pantone 229C spot color. It has CMYK values of 37, 97.5, 28, and 52.5 when printing through my Fiery Demo Coded US Test output profile. However, changing my output profile to GC Tests automatically adjusts its CMYK values to 38, 97, 29, and 48.5. These adjustments mean that I achieve the same results on this different device or media. And finally, let's close with a look at verifying the colors match across media and devices. We just saw how Fiery adapts these device-independent color recipes for different output profiles. Spot Pro lets you identify issues before you print. Look at my center column. There are warning icons alongside the crazy delta E values for several of these colors, indicating problems printing on this media. Identifying these issues in advance of releasing a print job is essential, but most delta E's are not as wildly out of spec as these. You might want to specify the delta E tolerances which trigger these warning flags for your shop's unique needs. Spot Pro lets you do this. Just click Preferences and you have a way to specify the gamut tolerance formula you prefer, along with the delta E tolerance level to trigger warnings. I'm going to select the delta E 2000 format and specify a 2.0 delta E warning trigger because I am obsessive about color consistency. So, as you have seen, Spot Pro contains a wealth of tools to manage spot colors. I love that it has become a part of the Fiery Graphic Arts Package Premium Edition suite of tools. I love that it is so easily accessible. I love that it uses device-independent specifications and output profiles. And I like that you can specify conformance formats and values. Of course, there are always improvements I'd like to see. I'd like warnings about non-conforming spot colors sent to Fiery Graphic Arts Package Premium Edition pre-flight reports. I'd like a way to see a list of output profiles where these spot colors have been pushed, and warning messages in the pre-flight report if I'm sending a job to a printer for which they haven't. Operators can and should specify the spot color group in the job properties. However, Fiery uses the first matching color it finds if they don't. That is fine, but I think there should be a warning if Fiery finds multiple color versions and the group is not specified. And specifying gamut tolerance warnings is fantastic, but it is global for your shop. I want to specify overriding tolerance warnings for individual color groups so that I can satisfy critical customers without expending unnecessary effort on others. But all these future improvements become possible now that Spot Pro is a part of Fiery Graphic Arts Package Premium Edition. This appears to be a powerful offering as it now stands, and as I said earlier, EFI is moving in the right direction. To learn more about Spot Pro and see eligibility requirements, visit www.efi.com/spotpro.